Now, on this particular assignment, most of the times when I do these audits, they never leave the executive space. But in this particular audit, I suggested, can we share the entire report with middle managers? What did you feel when I said that?
Well, like I said, I like to keep my cards close. I was very kind of like, oh, okay, this makes sense. Because, again, HR does not hire people. We recruit the people, but there are a lot of different managers that are hiring these folks. So it was good to share the information and to share it from the report. And I don't recall if they were in the actual presentation.
Not the original
not
presentation.
The original one, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was good for them to see it firsthand rather than hoping that the department head or manager or director would share it. So it was good to have them see it and see it for it was written rather than hoping that they explained it right. If that makes sense.
Yeah, because one of the things I was very impressed about is that the middle managers were very excited about their rollout, which I've never seen that excitement before, because normally they come in, the middle managers have dread for meetings. But for the first time, I remember in the survey that the middle managers like, oh my God, they really share everything with us. What did that do for your culture?
It did create this sense of trust because we are so transparent with our customers. Everything from where our material comes from to how many employees we have in this all one report. That was an element that started to create more trust within our managers, because a lot of the information that was coming out of there was about their departments. So they were able to read it, understand it, ask questions, and really help us roll out what we were going to do next. Because of course you have to get their buy-in. So we had to really explain what all this meant, and we even got some ideas from them on how we can move forward.
Great. Now, those were our first middle manager sessions. We did conflict resolution, emotional intelligence for the middle managers. How did that set the stage for you going forward?
Yes. So like we were saying, it was 2020. By this time, it was like middle of 2021, maybe. There was a lot of trust. There was a lot of trust building all up until this point with our management. Specifically with HR, being that it was such a scary time, they really had to rely on us on so many things, on how are we going to keep our employees safe? What is the process if somebody has to come on site? We actually tested everybody when they would come in.
Oh my God.
Because we didn't want anybody to be sick. So we did everything possible to make sure everybody was able to be healthy and we do all that. So this was a time where trust really started to build, and that momentum started with HR and our managers. Because, I don't know about you guys, but in the manufacturing world, they do trust you, but there's always that like, HR's calling you, or, you got the email from HR. So there's always that like hesitation, right? So this actually started to create more contacts, or much more touch points, I should say, with our managers and our employees. So there was a lot of trust building so they would come to us and really share with us what they were needing, a little bit more freely, a little bit more knowing that we had their back.
Which is good. That's good. I actually wrote a book called Cultured Rewired, because this was a whole rewiring process. The book is actually on Amazon and other Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, and Bulk Books and what have you. I would love for you to buy it as case studies. Dr. Bronner is one of those case studies of how you can rewire your culture, particularly for AI, because it's coming and it's not going to stop. So there's our QR code where you can go and purchase it. There's our contact information if you have any questions. We would love to talk to you about how our culture audit helps grow your business.